So here I have a mortar V5 made in the Philippines from a website called myvape airborne or airborne myvape. I think it's myvape airborne. So if you type that into a search engine, it will come up. They have quite a few mods on there now at the moment, but this was one of the original ones. The first one of this didn't have all the curving on it, but this is the V5, so it's got all different sort of curving on it. The threads are pretty cool. It's got a copper firing pin. Oh, sorry, not a firing pin. A copper 510 connection pin. And I'm screwing on a cyclone by Witches mods with a little Wolfie logo. But yeah, that fits on fine. This would be the size of the mod if it was in 350 mode. I don't have any 350 batteries, so I've just screwed it right down to as far as it goes. I'm going to have to undo it all. I've screwed it a bit too far. So I just wanted to demonstrate that most things fit onto the 510 connection. But I've noticed with a few, nothing against the Philippine modders, but I've noticed with a few things that I've bought from for the Philippines, their threadings are a little bit different, maybe a little bit wider than a lot of things, so you do get the odd things that don't fit. Normally Chinese cloney or Chinese ATI sort of stuff that don't fit. So we've got the Cobra, try it with a Cobra, the Cobra fits fine. There you go. Try it with a cheap fatty Chinese clone and it just won't latch. You can see it won't latch. So like I say, the threading's good. It seems to be good for your top end, high end stuff. If you're buying your cheapy sort of cloney things, it doesn't seem to really work. So this cost me, I think it was about £120 altogether, because the shipping from the Philippines cost quite a lot of money. The mod itself was probably about £60–70 on its own, but because the shipping's a lot, they have to add about $50 to their thing. So at the time, yeah, I'd say it was about 120 quid altogether, including shipping. But at the time, this was one of the most expensive mods I bought, but you know, I've never regretted it. It's a lovely mod. It does take a lot of polishing because it tarnishes very easily, obviously being brass. But other than that, it's been pretty reliable. I had no problems with it. If you ever do get any problems with it, you can replace the top cap, so they're available for sale on the Airborne myvape website. There you can see the copper. It hits pretty hard as well. It was my hardest hitting mod until I purchased the Poldiac, because obviously the Poldiac's got silver plated parts in it, so that hits harder, which I was quite surprised about. But all parts are replaceable. You can take them bits out if you want, which I haven't really done because I haven't needed to. And this is the switch part. It's quite heavy because it's brass. But there you go, you got your screw there. You can tighten the switch if you want. Demi! Excuse my dog, somebody's at the door. And that's this is the switch. You can take it all apart. You just got a spring in the side here. Again, all this is replaceable. So let's try and put the 18650 battery in. As you can see, it screws a fair way. This is an 18650, which is this battery that I sort of always use because You know, it lasts me a day. I get a bit annoyed if I have to change batteries all the time. So there you go, there it is in 18650 mode. You know, so if you're an 18350 user, it is quite a good stealth vape. A lot of people would say it's heavy, probably too heavy for a woman, but for me personally, I must have quite strong muscles because it really, you know, it doesn't bother me at all, the weight of it. I actually quite like feeling like the weight. So they do a similar mod to this called the pipe bomb, which sort of has a similar top, but it sort of sticks out a bit more. It's a bit more sort of gritty looking. So, you know, you could probably go for that one if you wanted to. I think it might be a tiny little bit cheaper, but I actually prefer the, you know, the curvings and the markings on this. So yeah, you got four little sort of air holes. But you know, like I say, you can fit pretty much anything you put on it fairly flat without a gap. And obviously if something doesn't fit there, you can adjust it, screw this down and push it down a bit more, and it sort of just fits all together fine. So yeah, that's the Mortar V5. It takes a lot of polishing, and obviously if you enjoy polishing your mods, you're not going to mind looking after it. So yeah, apologies for the dog there. Hyperactive Dalmatian. Barks anytime anybody knocks the door. So yeah, cheers for watching the review. And like I say, if you're interested in purchasing it, you know, go over to the myvape airborne website and get yourself one.